ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is going to be a wrestling post talking about WWE Evolution and Crown Jewel, the two upcoming pay-per-views. And Evolution is tomorrow, Crown Jewel, I think 4 or 5 days after that. And I gotta be honest, I think WWE is screwing up in some major ways that's going to lose them fans. Now let's get into that, shall we? Let's start with Evolution, since that's tomorrow. There's a lot of rumors going around. The first major rumor is that Alexa Bliss is out on injury, and that she's not going to be able to make Evolution. WWE.com has actually released a statement regarding that, so it's not really a rumor at this point. And apparently, their great idea for Trish Stratus and Lita is to stick them in a match now with Mickie James and Alicia Fox. People were clamoring for Sasha Banks versus Trish Stratus after the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, first ever. You had this nice, great big segment there with Trish Stratus and Sasha Banks that went nowhere. They decided to throw Trish Stratus in with Alexa Bliss. I kind of get it, but I didn't like it. And so instead of giving the fans what they actually want, which people have been very vocal on social media about wanting Sasha Banks versus Trish Stratus, they just throw in Alicia Fox. It's stupid. This whole pay-per-view has been a PR stunt, quite frankly. And WWE has treated it as such. They have not promoted it, not in their shows, not on Raw, not on SmackDown. They actually finished SmackDown with Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy, which has been run to death. So I feel like they're not taking this women's evolution thing as seriously as they claim they are. And it sucks because the booking for this pay-per-view has been garbage. There are so many talented women that are getting unbelievably bad spots. There's so many of them that are in this Battle Royal. This is what WWE does when they don't know what to do all the time. They just throw everybody in a battle royal. And it's never good. And it really holds no weight. And you have some of the best performers on the women's roster in this generic battle royal. So it just shows what kind of time WWE are actually investing into this. Now let's look at some of the matches, shall we? We already talked about Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss. Well, obviously that's not happening, and the great answer is to throw in Alicia Fox, which is dumb at best. And then they make it a tag match with Trish Stratus and Lita, so now if they don't go over, there's going to be boos all over the arena. And rightfully so. And so you have a bunch of big names that they're bringing back for this Battle Royal. All of them are going to make an entrance, make an appearance, get thrown over the top rope, and it's going to be pointless. There is rumor, and honestly I'll say a not likely rumor, that they're trying to get AJ Lee back to make an appearance. I don't see it likely, to be very honest. But even if they do, it's going to be another wasted opportunity. So, the only thing that I'm really looking forward to in this pay-per-view is Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, and that's it. And I think that's a disrespect to Bayley, Sasha Banks, Naomi, Asuka, Sonya Deville. Plenty of women here who are damn good wrestlers. They're getting nothing. And this is a women's evolution pay-per-view. So I think it sucks. I really do. I'm not invested in the pay-per-view itself at all. And please understand that's not because of the women. It's because of WWE's booking and the way they've promoted this. They've treated it like it doesn't matter at all. They're treating it like SmackDown. So I'm really disappointed. I really am. And I hope the girls knock it out. I really do. I hope these women go out there, badass as they can be, and make this one of the best pay-per-views WWE's had in a long time. There is potential there because there are some damn good wrestlers in it. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening because of the way the matches are set up and the lack of concern or care for this pay-per-view from WWE. Now let's look at another thing. We all know that this WWE Evolution pay-per-view is a big publicity stunt because they're going back to Crown Jewel, where women are treated like property. Quite frankly, point blank, that's the way it is over there. Women can't wrestle in the Crown Jewel, so their answer is they made the Evolution pay-per-view. Well, that doesn't actually balance out. I'm sorry. Just because you have your first ever women's pay-per-view doesn't take away from the fact that you're going back to a country where women just now are allowed, think about that word, allowed to drive. They're not treated like people. And so WWE is actually being very hypocritical with this women's evolution bullshit because they don't mind sucking it up and taking the paycheck and not standing on their laurels. So I think it is very hypocritical. Now another thing about Crown Jewel. We have officially got confirmation that this reporter, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, was killed by the embassy in Saudi Arabia. They have admitted to it at this point. This is probably the biggest political news of right now. And Vince McMahon refuses to pull out because it's a $50 million paycheck per show. But I don't think Vince McMahon is realizing that there are people that are going to quit watching wrestling and being fans of WWE because this is a political move. And WWE can say all they want about how they're influencing change. You're not influencing shit. You're getting a paycheck. And a mighty big one. And any pride goes out the window because that's way too much money to pass up. And in some ways I do find it kind of reprehensible. I really do. I think that siding with somebody who is acknowledged killing, cutting him into pieces and trying to hide the evidence, it doesn't look good. I don't care how you roll the dice. It doesn't look good. And now we know, sadly, that Roman Reigns is obviously not going to show up because he has to battle cancer. And as always, my best wishes to Roman Reigns and his family. I want you to beat it soon, get well soon, fully recover, and come back 100%, man. Character aside, when you come out and you pour out your heart like that to a nationwide audience, honestly, dude, it kind of tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. I have no problem saying that. But getting back to Crown Jewel, John Cena says he's out. He's not going to Crown Jewel, and of course not. That's terrible PR for him. Daniel Bryan, who still is employed by WWE, says he doesn't want to go. And there's been a lot of wrestlers that have voiced concerns and have said that they don't want to go to this pay-per-view. So I think it's a huge cluster in the making. And I have a very bad feeling about it, to be very honest. I think this pay-per-view is going to go down in history as one of the worst. For a lot of reasons. And then Vince McMahon has to come back to the States and he has to deal with all the fans that he's pissed off, all the people that have been very vocally against this. So I think that Vince McMahon thinks he's untouchable. He's invincible. Things are just going his way because he's got this huge $1 billion deal with Fox, and you know he's making all this money right now, but he could lose it all like that because the money he puts out for this is quite a bit. And if the fans start rejecting him and this product because of the things he's doing, it doesn't take long for an empire to fall. And you know, they don't have to worry about it right now because financially they're not hurting that bad. But if they start alienating people, it could turn the other way very quickly. So, I don't know, man. Those are my thoughts on Evolution and Crown Jewel. Evolution, I hope the women do great, but I'm not very invested in the pay-per-view itself. And that is the fault of WWE, the booking, and the promotion. As far as Crown Jewel, I think it's the wrong move. There are a lot of wrestlers who have been very vocal about not wanting to go. And it could be a huge problem for WWE in just a few days' time. So that's my opinions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation, out.